Hello, my name is Jake Wayne, also known as Creative Jake. Today I would like to show you how to create a vector graphic from an existing photo using the new Adobe Mobile App, Adobe Capture CC. Then I'm going to show you how to integrate the different assets created by this and other mobile apps into your design production workflow. I will review the color and shape tools within Adobe Capture. Then I'll demonstrate just one possible workflow using Adobe PaintCan and Adobe Comp CC. We're going to create an invitation for a friend of mine, and ultimately we're going to end up inside Adobe Illustrator CC on my desktop using Adobe Creative Cloud Libraries and Adobe Sync technologies. Alright, we got a lot to show, so let's get going. Okay, so to begin here, previously you may have used Adobe Shape or had heard about it. I wrote about it previously. If you were to have already downloaded and opened up Adobe Shape, this is what you will see. Basically, Adobe telling you that, hey, you should switch to Adobe Capture CC. The cool thing that they've created here with Adobe Capture CC is that it's integrated Adobe Shape and 3 other apps. So let's go check it out. You can download Adobe Capture for iPhone, iPad, and iPod touches, as well as Android devices. You can get these at the iTunes Store or Google Play. So if it is your first time, or if it's been a while since you've opened up Adobe Capture, you'll be asked to either get a free Adobe ID, which is required, or to sign in with your existing Adobe ID. I'm going to go ahead and sign in. Here we are in Adobe Capture. It may look a lot like Adobe Shapes if you've been there, but there are some differences here. One key thing is we have our My Library, this new library here. If you have other libraries already created, you'll be able to see those there. You can create a new one as well if you'd like. I'm going to hit cancel here. I'm going to quickly rename this My Library here to something that's a little bit more descriptive. And I'm going to call this Flower, because that's what we're working with here. So now I have that Adobe Creative Cloud library named Flower. So let's look at the 4 different elements. Adobe Capture combines Adobe Colors. You select right up here. Adobe Shapes, Adobe Brushes, and then includes Adobe Hues, which was previously Adobe Hues, into Looks. Today we're just going to go over Shapes first, and then check out Colors. So to get started, you select the plus button at the bottom. We'll immediately go to your camera, but this time what I want to show you is how we can use an image. I already have one selected. You can see the different areas in which you can get a photo already. I'm going to go to Camera Roll, and I have this one particular flower image that I'm interested in. Once you select or take a photograph of the image that you want, you'll be given this screen. Now this is nearly identical to the Adobe Shape. You toggle or move the lever on the right hand side to help highlight the area that you're wanting to create a shape. Right now it is selecting darker images, and as I move up on my lever, it selects more of those darker images. Now what I really want is the flower shape itself. So by selecting the white icon, looks like a brownie photo camera to me, I select that, it'll start selecting the lighter areas, and this is what I'm wanting. So I'm going to pull this in here, kind of select the general area that I want. Once the green area is showing what is going to be selected, this is the area that I want to have. So I'm going to press the green shutter button on the right, and then that'll immediately come in and show me what elements are selected. Now one key difference between Adobe Capture and Adobe Shape on this part is before there was just kind of a nondescript toggle back and forth that in essence do the same things here. So now we have words on the bottom telling us that, hey, right now we can remove from shape. So I can pinch in here to get in real close, and then I use my stylus or my finger to select over the area. I don't know if you can see that, but this isn't just me. This is what you would see as well too. You can actually see where my finger is lying. So I know exactly where I'm going to be selecting. This is a nice new feature I really like, because before you're kind of just guessing what exactly it was that you were wanting to select. So you can go in here, select the areas that you want, zoom out. You can select a whole area. So I tap this area here, and that is not at all what I want. I just want to get this one little bit here. So by selecting the keep in shape, you can try to return and fix that. So by selecting there, I have an issue. So I want to get rid of the top area there. I've selected too much in essence. So let's real quick go back by selecting the capture in the upper left hand corner. And that'll bring us right back to this step here. Looks familiar. I know that this area up on the top is selecting too much. Now what I just did here is I selected the image, and it's showing me the preview so I can have a better idea of what is actually being selected in a black and white way. So I'm going to go ahead and pull this down just a smidge, and I think that's going to clear me out of the issue that I was having with that upper area. I'm losing a little bit more down below, but I think that's okay. Down on the stem, that's okay. I'm going to press the shutter button, bring me right back in here. Now it immediately puts me to the remove from shape, and I'm going to use my finger here to deselect that area. Yeah, that's much better. Now, what I like to do sometimes is if there's a lot of little pieces here and it's just having a hard time selecting it, is go ahead and select all the areas that are giving me a hassle. And then I'll go back, do the keep in shape, and hit it more generally, larger there. Cool, that's what I'm wanting. So once you're ready from here, you can basically just add, subtract, or go back, or in the upper right hand corner, hit next. And with next, it's going to go ahead and draw out all of those shapes for me. These are your vector shapes that you will be finalizing and that you'll be able to send into other applications. So now we're done. When you're done, there's no beeps or whistles or any change of screen. You just know that it's done because then the next button is available for you. So we'll select that. If this wasn't anything I wanted, I could go back to the left using refine. So I'm selecting next. Now this is another one of the features that I really like. About number 3 on my list here. It's showing me the finished image at the top. I'm allowed now to make my shape name. I'm going to call this flower light, because that way I know. Sometimes I like to go in and do the dark areas. Hit return. This is in the library flower. I can at this time also change it into one of my other shapes libraries, where before I was not able to do that. And then it also shows me the shape, the image in which it came in. A lot of good information here, especially if you're using this quite a bit and using a lot of similar images. This is a good reference. We'll hit save shape at the bottom there, and voila, we already have the shape ready to go. Now, from here, it's automatically saved in my Adobe Creative Cloud library called Flower. But say, there's a few things in here, just checking it out. I can get all my information about where this is. This is a private item. I'm not collaborating with anyone within that library, so it is a private. I can look at the original image. Go back to my preview here. From here, I can duplicate in the lower left-hand corner, and it can tell me where I want to duplicate this. And this is super great because otherwise, in the past, you would have to be able to do this from the desktop only. So now we have this feature within the app itself. I'm not looking to put it anywhere else. From here, I could also share it by selecting the middle button. I could put it to Facebook, Twitter, email. I could copy the link. Let's see what other more things. It's creating a shared link, and I can provide it this way as well too. I could also just delete this image directly from here too. Simple and easy in the lower right hand corner. So what I'm really wanting to do is, some of these edges are a little sharp. I'm going to go ahead and duplicate this image here just to show you. Same library, same exact images here. I'm going to take our second one, and I'm going to hit the edit button in the upper right hand corner. What this does here is I could then, just maybe I didn't want all the stem in this one, I could maybe take that away, and I'll do that just so that we can see the difference. In the upper right hand corner though, there's also a smooth. By selecting this, it's going to smooth those edges for me just a little bit. Okay, I can go ahead and hit save when it is done. You see that work bar across the top tells you when it's still operating. Here's my new image, but let's check it out, compare the two. You can see, oh so slightly, there is a difference between the two. The newest one being on the left versus on the right there. Let's go ahead and open it up here again. I'm going to hit edit one more time, and I'm going to hit smooth one more time. This is great if you're really looking for some nicer, less rough edges. It's still not going to be perfect, and I've heard this as a complaint. It's alright, because this is just the capturing stage of the image itself. In the past, what you would have to have done is either traced over, drawn, brought it into Illustrator, hand drawn over this, or a number of other different techniques. At this point, we have an image, a vector graph image, that is ready to be edited within Adobe Illustrator or some other application. So I'm done with this here. I'm going to go back to the library, see if you can see in the upper part of that flower, you can definitely see some of those shapes becoming smoother. So this is a nice refinement. That's it. We've taken a photograph image, created a vector graphic. It's now within our Adobe Creative Library.